Even when you're struggling, even when you're in the hustle, have a rich mind. It's not as if we had money. Like, I could not even boast of 1,000 naira. People perish because of what? Ignorance. It's a big car, someone that that lives in a big house. And that's how you describe the soft life. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Yemi, and this channel is all about inspiring you to own your life, live up to your potentials, and to be your best self. Yes. I'm so happy that you clicked on this video. Thank you so much. I hope you watch the video to the end. I hope you find value from the video. And if you do, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button, turn on your bell notification so that you don't miss out on any of my uploads. And you can also go over to my channel. I have it tagged, playlist. You can just check out the videos I already have on my channel so that you have an idea of what I do on the channel, okay? Here is all about personal development, self-discovery, and, lifestyle design, okay? Yeah, so today's video is inspired by one of the comments I got from one of the relocation videos I uploaded. I think it was the very first relocation video that I uploaded, and the comment, I'm going to screen grab that part and I'm going to put it on the screen so that you guys can see the comment I'm referring to. So the person said something along the lines of I lived in Nigeria, I'm a Nigerian, and then I've stayed in Africa, and then I moved to China, and then now I'm moving to the UK. Like, I'm literally touring the world, And when I saw the comment, I laughed about it, and then I read it out to my husband, and he was like, yeah, that's cool. And I remember saying that I did my 20th birthday in Nigeria, my 30th in China, and maybe my 40th birthday will be in the UK. And it was like, you never know, And then we just kind of started talking. We started the conversation from that, and we kind of reflected on our journey as individuals and as a couple moving through these different continents, different countries, and our experiences in general. And we kind of started talking about the lessons, the things that helped us to live our best life, to enjoy ourselves, to enjoy our stay in China, and just help us to thrive in our move. And there were great points. It was a great conversation, and my husband was like, you can share this with your audience as well. A lot of people are looking to relocate, and a lot of people have actually relocated. It might help one or two people, and I decided that, I'm going to share the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about mindset shifts that can help you live your best life. These are mindsets that helped us, like I said, as individuals and as a couple, to live our best life, to thrive, and we keep thriving to the glory of God, okay? So yes, that's what this video is about. So if you're interested, definitely stay tuned and keep watching. So the first thing I would say, if you want to thrive, you want to live your best life wherever you are, regardless of the continent, all the points I'm going to be talking about in this video is like you can apply it in your life regardless of where you live. It doesn't matter if you live in Nigeria, or you live in Japan, or you live in Finland, or you live in Burundi. It doesn't matter where you live. If you apply this point, I think that you will live your best life. You will live a fulfilling and enjoyable life. And that is what I hope for everyone that is watching this video, okay? So the very first thing I'm going to be talking about is your faith, your belief. And I think just like they say, everything starts with your mind. Everything begins in your mind, but then your belief drives what you think in your mind. Your belief drives your mindset, right? So for us and for me, I think the very first thing that happened, the very first transformation that happened is that we kind of deepened our faith, our belief in general, not just our faith, but our belief system, including our cultural beliefs, okay? Our religious beliefs and our cultural beliefs. So both of us are Christians. My husband and I are Christians, and we are both from the same tribe in Nigeria. We're both Yoruba people. Yoruba is a tribe in Nigeria. So we are both Yoruba people, but we had never sat down to actually talk about our faith and our cultural beliefs and how it drives us as human beings, We started to unlearn and learn new things. We started to question things like, why is it this way? Like, why do we do things this way? Why is there so much respect? For example, in our culture, for example, there's so much respect that sometimes people are they're just buying into the idea of respect, that they're not actually respectful, they're just fulfilling all righteousness, but they're not actually loving people. I feel like those cultural beliefs were there so that it will create a culture of love, but then people are not loving each other, but they're just forming respect, okay? And also with our faith, to God be the glory, we grew in our faith individually and as a family and as, a couple, we had to ask ourselves, okay, why are you a Christian? Why am I a Christian? And we grew in our understanding and our relationship with God. And as a result of that, and I always said, like, my anchor scripture when I grew in my relationship with God is that I am the light of the world. I started to see that scripture in a new light, that I am the light of the world. And so wherever I go, I must shine the light. Like, I must always be bright. I must always shine, because if you're going to shine, you cannot be dim. Like, it affected everything about my thinking, the way I carried myself, because I felt like I was like I felt like I am the light. No, not I was, It affected the way I did my job. It affected the way my husband did his job. It affected our perspective towards everything, our relationship with people. Like, I can tell, if I do say so myself, I was very joyful. I was just enjoying life. It didn't mean that, it wasn't like I didn't have issues or problems or challenges, but I was just very cheerful. I was just, anybody that knows me, like, if you know me from China, let me know in the comment section. And I feel like my personality is a very friendly one, a bubbly one. But when I started to grow in my relationship with God, when I started to deepen my belief as a Christian, I was on a roll. Like, I just understood things differently. My perspective changed. In fact, with work, I did my work as if I was doing it unto the Lord. Like, I remember when I was in China, and the very first culture shock that we had was that I think in our city at the time, they were not used to black people. So anytime you go out, they were always taking pictures. But I didn't mind, to be honest. When I would just walk around and people would be taking pictures of me, what I always tell my friends is that whenever their camera roll gets full, whenever there are pictures, like, it gets full, they're not going to delete the picture of their family or their granddaughter or their grandchild or their siblings. They're going to delete my own picture first. When they do whatever they want to do with it, they're going to delete my own picture first. And it did not affect my self-esteem, because I had this identity based on my belief. My identity was deeply rooted in my belief as a child of God. And I just saw myself differently. So racism, this one, that one, it didn't even bother me. I was just going about my life and I was enjoying myself. I wasn't afraid to mix up with Chinese people. I wasn't afraid to talk to anybody. I was just living my life. And even when I got my job, and to the glory of God, I worked in only one place with only one school all through my time in China, and I got the best comments. Like, they were always recommending me for more things, more responsibilities, and they were always talking about, like, with new people that I meet, new students, new people that I meet, I was always getting good feedback. And I can tell you that it was because I had this belief that everything I do it as if I'm doing it to God. So I was very faithful. I remember that there were times that some of my students were finding it difficult to understand, finding it difficult to actually learn English, and I took it upon myself to find ways. I was always researching. These were things that was outside of my scope of, my responsibilities, just to teach. But I took it upon myself to make it a big deal, to make these people understand. I would break it down. Like, I just thank God that my class was always enjoyable and fun. And those were the feedback they were giving to the school that I worked with, and it was just so much fun. And I just grew and I was so confident in myself. I was so happy with myself. I just lived my best life. Even though I didn't have anything, I wasn't making millions. I wasn't making, I was just enjoying my life. And I can tell you that it was because I grew in my belief. We deepened, we understood how our faith affects us as human beings, and we also understood how our cultural beliefs affect us as human beings, and we're just able to unlearn and learn new things. So I think the very first thing, very first mindset you should have is you need to deepen your identity as an individual. You need to deepen your belief. Like, what do you believe? What belief system drives your life? Are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? What do you believe, and why do you believe what you believe? Okay, if you're going to live your best life, if you're going to enjoy yourself, you need to have an identity that is stable. Okay, you need to be deeply rooted in something that drives your life, and you can always fall back on that, something that gives you hope, something that is also very stable. And that, for me, is my faith, is my religion. So I think building my relationship with God, and for us as a family as well, building my relationship with God, my husband building his relationship with God, and then us coming together, just helped us to thrive as individuals. So another thing I want to mention is having the abundant mindset. Okay, the abundant mindset. There's this scarcity mindset, and then there's the abundance mindset, right? And especially when you live in Nigeria, or when you live in a developing country, we are just like, the system has a way of putting one in that survival mode. Like, we are always trying to survive because of the corruption and everything, especially when let me use Nigeria as an example, especially the way the system is, corruption and everything. One is constantly in that survival mode, that you're calculating, oh, how much do I need to feed? How much do I need to pay my student fees, my rent, my that? We are just constantly in that survival mode, right? And I know it's the case with a lot of developing countries in Africa, right? Except you're exposed to certain things that what is happening around you does not affect you, except you're operating in the system of heaven, But there's a way that one finds himself or herself in that survival mode, when you find yourself in that survival mode, right? But one thing I would say is that even in your lack, have a rich mind. Even when you're struggling, even when you're in the hustle, have a rich mind. So that when you move from that survival, when you move from that place of scarcity and you get to a place that, okay, you have moved beyond struggling to meet your ends needs, your basic needs, you cannot operate in the level that you find yourself in. Having that abundance mindset, knowing that everything you need, like knowing that you can attract, I think that's another point. I don't want to model things up, but the abundance mindset, living in richness. Let your mind be rich. Let your mind be full, right? I remember there was a time that, prior to when we moved to China, my husband had already moved. I joined my husband 6 months after he left Nigeria, right? So when he left, I was with my friend, and she lived in Apo Legislative Quarters in Abuja. So I was with her, and then one day I was walking on the streets with another of my friend, not the friend that I was staying with, another of my friend. I know she's watching this video. Debbie, she's watching this video. So we're strolling on the road, we're watching together, and then I saw a house on the street. Like, I saw a house, and I was like, I looked at the house, I so much admired it. The funny thing is that the house was built with red bricks, like this kind of bricks that they use in the UK, right? Or it was painted that way, but that was exactly the picture of the house, and I really loved it. It was a big house, it was so beautiful. And then I told my friend that when I come back from China, when my husband and I, when we return from China, that we're going to buy a house like this. And she just like, oh shit, just gave me a high five. And we kind of laughed about it. My husband was just going to go for 4 years and return. We're just supposed to go and come back in 2020. If you watch my video, you know that I was really excited to go to Nigeria in 2020. But that was just like, I told my friend that I would come back and buy this house, and at the time, it's not as if we had money. Like, I could not even boast of 1,000 naira. I could not even boast of 1,000 naira in my account at the time. But I just had this mindset that I'm going to go, I'm going to be fruitful, and I'm going to come back in abundance, and I'm not going to start off at the level that I am anymore. I'm just going to expand. And I was not rich. I wasn't boxed up at the time I was saying all of these things, just because of that kind of mindset. That's what I'm trying to say, that even when you are surviving, have a rich mind, so that wherever you are, whatever position you are enjoying yourself, because there is hope. You have this rich mind. You know that you're going to get there soon. So sometimes take a walk around those places that have been reserved for rich people. Take a walk around those areas, and just like, let your mind be exposed. Expose yourself to those things that you want, even when you don't have it. Just go around, expose yourself to those things, walk in it, believe it, and just live right now as if you are in it. That's how you're going to enjoy and live your best life, So I always have that mindset, and it was something that when we moved to China as well, when we had enough time, the thing when you move from Nigeria, or maybe where you're struggling, wherever you are that you're struggling, when you move to another place and then you have more opportunities, you have more opportunities to expand, you now have time. Those things that used to choke you before are not choking you. It wasn't as if when we moved to China, we just started making money, but we now had time. We had opportunities. We're in a new system that could make you expand, that can make you grow as a person, So when we sat down, we realized that a lot of things that we used to worry about, struggle for in Nigeria has been removed. We now had time to actually settle down and think of other areas. But if you still have the scarcity mindset, you will never settle down to think ahead, right? So yes, having an abundant mindset is also going to help you to live your best life wherever you are, regardless of your current situation. You have a rich mind and you're looking forward to something better. You know this is not the end of it and this is not how it's going to be. So you live as if you're already there, right? So yes, that's another thing that helped. Another thing that I would say that helped us and helped me as a person to also enjoy and live my best life is having this mindset that my possessions, the things that I have, does not define me. What defines me is what I have on the inside. And this one is it. This one is everything. And it goes back to what I said in the beginning about me having an understanding that I am the light of the world. You know, from my identity, I had a new identity and I no longer thought about the things that I had. You know that when in Nigeria, when they say that person is rich, look at the car she's driving, look at the house she's living in. Have you seen her phone? That is how we define somebody that is doing well. That is how we define somebody that is living their best life. We are not even bothered about somebody that has peace. Oh, that girl is peaceful. That girl is joyful. Oh, she's rich. No, we don't say that. And I don't even think it's limited to Nigerians alone or Africans alone. I think it's the world perception of somebody who is living their best life. You know, that's the world perception by the riches and, you know, the things that they have. You know, that's how we define somebody that is doing well, somebody that has a good life. And you see it even on YouTube, you know, the soft life, somebody that has a big car, somebody that has, that lives in a big house. You know, that's how you describe the soft life. And I don't think that's a good way to qualify living your best life. I think your best life is relative. Like, you know, the life that you want is relative. I know the kind of life that will make me enjoy myself. I know the things that I want that will make me at peace with myself, that will make me, you know, happy. You know, and it's not the same for person B. It's not the same for another person, right? And that is why it's also very important that when you get married, when you have a partner now, you're in a relationship, you guys discuss those things that make you happy as individuals, so you find out how you can work together and make each other happy and, you know, build a happy home, right? So yeah, that's it. Like, you know, understanding that my possessions doesn't define me. So I wasn't working towards having a house. Yes, I wanted to have those things, but they were not, it wasn't like I was working, I was existing to have those things. I was like sweating just to have money. I was doing everything I was doing to build myself on the inside so that when opportunities come, I don't like, the things that I have on the inside does not negate the opportunities, that it doesn't affect me. And let me give a practical example. So when I first got to China, when I had enough data, like it wasn't like I was managing data now. There was, you know, internet. And the things I started to watch on YouTube were not the things that I used to watch in Nigeria. In fact, I wasn't really watching YouTube as much in Nigeria. It was DSTV, okay? If you know, you know. It was DSTV, right? And I started to watch YouTube, right? I wasn't watching a lot of Nigerian YouTubers. In fact, the Nigerian YouTubers that I was watching were YouTubers that were living the kind of life that I loved. For example, I was watching Yemi. I used to watch Yomi Mom Life. She was Yomi Mom Life then. Now she's Chinyere Abang because of the way she approached parenting. And, you know, and if you look at the people I'm talking about, it's not as if they are there yet. For example, Yomi Mom Life, it's not as if she was a big YouTuber at the time, but I just loved her mindset and the way she approached parenting. You know, I used to watch Dima Ume. I loved her style because I also believed in physical grooming, and I feel like it affects the way you carry yourself, your confidence. I used to watch Dima Ume a lot. I used to watch Shirley Enang, but she's not really active on YouTube anymore. She does styling, personal styling, how you combine clothes to make to make it appear nice. I used to watch those are the few. Shirley was a Nigerian in the UK, right? I used to watch a few Nigerian YouTubers, but I watched a lot of foreign YouTubers as well. Some were black, some were white. I watched Emily Norris. She was in the UK. She's in the UK, sorry. She's in the UK. I watched a lot of Canadian. I watched Nitra B. I watched Daily Davidson. I watched the Gabe family, Gabe Babe TV. Those are the people I used to watch. I don't watch them as much anymore. Anyway, so those are the people that I used to watch. And I found out about the U Bible app, even from one of the vlogs from one of these people. I can't remember. I think it was from the Daily Davidson. And yeah, so somehow it started to influence my way of my lifestyle. It started to influence my thinking. I was exposed to different way of doing things. So when I now got my job, that was like from May. When I got my job in September, I worked in a language school where you had a lot of foreign teachers, Russians, Americans, people from Canada, people from Australia, from Norway, from Portugal. You know, the person I worked with, the two people I worked with directly that were part of the team, they were from Portugal, a couple from Portugal, right? So because I was exposed to all of these things from different parts of the world, I could relate with all of these people. So when they were mentioning things, maybe their food and certain things, I understood. You know, they were not talking about mac and cheese, and I'm thinking, what is mac and cheese? You know, just for example, you know, because I was exposed to these things, right? And so I'm just saying that all of these things that we think, the cars, this thing, they don't define you. What defines you is what you have on the inside. So instead of spending your time, spending your resources, spending your energy, focusing on the things that you want to use to buy fame, you want to use to buy recognition, you want to use to buy popularity, focus on building yourself. Because at the end of the day, what you carry, you know, there's this adage in Yoruba that says, is what the bird carries on the inside that is going to use to fly. That's it. It's what you have on the inside that you're going to use to thrive, that you're going to use to gain all of those things that you are oring to gain, to just gain one kind of popularity, right? So if you're going to live your best life anywhere you are going to need to understand that you have to work on yourself, not work on trying to acquire things. Gathering things, having possessions, they are quite good. Very good. However, it is not the goal. So you don't work hard on top of nothing. You know, you don't work so hard to just buy an iPhone. You don't work so hard just to buy a car to show off that I bought my first car at the age of 21 and then be depressed inside and then be struggling to find peace inside. You know, I don't consider someone living their best life when they're not at peace, when they're not fulfilled internally. Like, I go to bed and I sleep very happy, regardless of what I have in my bank account. Like, I go to bed happy, and I thank God for that. Like, I'm very fulfilled, and I'm enjoying my life. You know, I'm enjoying my life. Now, do I aspire to have all of those things? Absolutely yes. I want to have a car, I want to have a good house and all of those things. I want my children to be successful. I want all of those things. But then I have this understanding that it is what I have on the inside that will fetch me those things. Not that I will labor with those things in view. I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm not like countering myself. Like, you know, I hope it's like I'm very clear on what I'm saying, right? So my possessions doesn't define me. What I have on the inside is what defines me. And that's how I live my best life. And I know that if you live that way, you're going to live your best life, right? Again, another thing that helps and that has helped us as well to help you live your best life wherever you are is to live simply. Live a simple life, okay? We've heard this thing so many times: cut your clothes according to your size. But nowadays it's not according to your size anymore, according to the fabric that you have, the amount of fabric that you have, you know. Basically what they are saying is live simply. And as much as you know, we've heard it so many times, still people find it hard to live a simple life. To be honest, living simply, I consider living simply, living a simplified, organized life is everything. You don't have to buy everything that you see advertised. I don't like having long nails. I don't like keeping long nails. I don't do nails. Not because I see some people, I'm just using this as an example, okay? I see people like it's a priority for them to have their nails done. For me, I love it. Like, it's part of having a good physical grooming and all of that, right? But then it's not like I must not, like everybody's doing nails now. I don't have to. I really do not have to, right? This is just an example, okay? I'm not saying doing your nails is bad. So I don't think I'm doing so bad. I don't think I look so bad, but I live a simple and, you know, a simple organized life, right? I actually have a list of things that I must have. These things make me happy. And once I get those things, the rest are just, you know, when I have it and I don't have it, like there are certain things that no-brainer. This is how I want to live, that I cannot even compromise on. I can't compromise in that area. And once I have that, the rest I can't compromise. Have a list of things that you can compromise on and the areas that you cannot compromise on, so that you don't stress yourself out trying to manage. You just prioritize. Prioritize the things that make you happy wherever you are. If it is for you to have a good house, for you to live in a good home, I love being able to come to my own house and to enjoy my own space. I love it. I don't mind certain things, but that for me is very important. So I prioritize in that area. I'm not someone that will have my closet to be full of clothes and shoes. I'm not somebody like that. But if for you, having good clothes, having a good wardrobe makes you confident and makes you live your best life, by all means, do that, okay? Just have a list of the things that you can compromise on, the things you can't compromise on, and just live your best life wherever you are, okay? And then another thing, I'm not sure if this is going to be the last thing, but another thing that helps me live our best life is to be positive. And I think it's something I've kind of said, like, having an abundant mindset, but it's to be positive. Have an optimistic approach to life. Be very positive. Don't go or be in an area or stay in an area and live with what people have said about it, A lot of people say, oh, there's racism in China, there's racism in so place, there's racism in this place. To God be the glory. I didn't experience that extreme case of racism. In fact, it was until I came to the UK that I saw something, I had to deal with something that, like, I would say is racism. When we were house hunting, we were looking for a house, and I went to view one house, and one of the guys came out from one of the houses, like one of the neighbors just came out, and then he was laughing, he was saying things and he was laughing, and I was just like, wow. But then as per me, I'm like, what you have said with your mouth did not stay on my body. And I don't need anything to dust it off. You have said your own, you have made a fool of yourself, and that's on you, not on me, And I just waved it off. But then I had to go back and think about how this would affect my child. Do I want to live in that kind of house? And that was how we did not even bother to live in that kind of, we disqualified that environment just because of that, So I didn't experience any of those things in China. I didn't experience, and my own situation, my story is different from another person's story. Just because I just had this positive mindset, people will say things like, in my mind, I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to enjoy myself. So I'm just saying, wherever you are, be positive. If people say that, oh, the people that live in this area, in this neighborhood are bad people, you don't go with that mindset that you're going to have bad people around you. Go with the mindset, just be positive. Have this mindset that even if the people in this area are bad, they're not going to treat me badly, And that's how you enjoy yourself, because we need people in this life. You need to have good neighbors, and I feel like the energy you give is the energy that you attract, So when you're positive, you're always going to find positive people around you. Like, that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Okay, so be very positive. Have this view that life is good, life is sweet, or even if you're not there yet, like I said, just feel it, live it. Yes, live it. Okay. And then I think, okay, this is going to be the last one. I think another way that you can live your best life, enjoy your life wherever you are, is to understand the system that works in the place that you live in. Okay? And this one is especially good for people that are migrating outside of Nigeria or your home country. Okay? Because the system that works in Nigeria is different from the system that works. Like in Nigeria, we are very communal. Like when somebody gives birth, everybody will go there. When somebody is this something, everybody will go there. In fact, you can crash a wedding party. If they're abroad, it might be a different case, Even in Nigeria, some people still do this. Okay, if you take me out, you're paying. In the abroad, it's 50-50. Like, it's almost like their way of life. It's a no-brainer for them, right? And it's quite different in Asia as well, So you need to understand the system where you are living, okay? If you're living in Nigeria, you need to understand the system. And I don't say that you should fall down to the level of the system. I'm not saying you should fall down to the level of the system if it's a bad one, okay? For example, corruption, and I'm not saying you should now understand that, oh, corruption works here and be corrupt. I'm saying understand how it works so that you can manage it, so that you can navigate through, so that you can choose your words, so you can choose your language, so you can choose the way you relate with people. If you understand that in this system, this is what happens, you would know that it also affects the people you're talking to, that you will relate to them in a different way. as opposed to another country where the system works, nobody's expecting that you're talking about things in a certain way, right? I don't want this video to be too long, and I think it's too long. I would have been giving examples, but I really don't want the video to be too long. But I think that these are just ways and mindset, things that has helped us. And I'm really worried about the length of this video, but these are just simple things, simple mindset shifts that you can adopt if you want to live your best life anywhere that you are, okay? And like I said, it begins with your mind. Start with your mind first. Work on your mind. Learn things, unlearn things. Be open to new knowledge. Be open to new wisdom. Be open to understanding so that you can enjoy your life, so that you can live your best life, because people perish because of what? Ignorance, because of lack of understanding, not because the situation is that bad. If you know that it is hard to, or is difficult to find opportunities in this system, you are going to find a way to work around that so that you can get your own opportunities, right? And at the end of the day, you live your best life, you live an enjoyable life, you live a happy life, a fruitful life. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section. I want you to drop some of your own thoughts, some of the things that you think can help one to live and enjoy their life wherever they are, regardless of the location. Let me know in the comment section. I would love to learn from you guys as well. And let me know if there's any topic or any drop any question, anything that you feel, any challenge that you're currently going through and you need opinion, insights on. Let me know in the comment section. I would love to help. And if you're yet to visit my website, there are blogs, there's a new blog on the website. Please do that. Actually, not the new blog, the very first blog post on the website. I'll leave the link in the description box. Please do check it out. Subscribe to my mailing list, subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on social media, on Instagram, and then yes, share this video with your loved ones. Let me know what you enjoyed in this video. Just engage with me. I really love to hear from you. I really want to know your thoughts. Okay, thank you so much for watching this